Today we're going to talk about the plane, and I don't mean an aeroplane or a plane of wood. I mean a swing plane. What is a swing plane? One plane, two plane, three plane, four plane? What is it? How does it work? What do all these words mean? This is probably the most misunderstood and misrepresented concept in golf going around right now. A lot of people give golf lessons and perceive that giving a golf lesson is drawing a line on a screen with a line drawing program, fancy computer drawing program, and putting the line on the club shaft and saying that the golf club has to remain on that line, otherwise it's off plane and we must get on plane. And that's a great outcome. But it doesn't help a lot of golfers, and I'm seeing modern golf instruction not do that. A lot of golfers come to me disillusioned and frustrated because they're trying to gain this mystical plane on this line that's been drawn on the screen. I'm going to actually explain, if you want to draw lines on your golf swing, how to draw them, what all the planes mean and what all the variations mean, and what's a one plane and a two plane and a three plane swing. So let's get into it straight away. The golf club shaft is on a plane. But the key understanding and concept to have is, which I'll show you right now. I've set up my little umbrella here with a golf ball, and this is a drill that you can all do at home. The key understanding to have is that the baseline of that plane is where the shaft intersects on the ground. Now, for a short golf shot, the baseline, as I go halfway back, will point to the butt of my club. That's a one plane swing. Now, for a short shot, predominantly I'm starting on what's commonly referred to as elbow plane. And that's where that's a line drawn from the baseline of the ball on the ground to my elbow where it intersects my hip. That's elbow plane. Now that plane is actually referenced from my impact position. So my elbow is next to my hip, and that line would be, I would be on elbow plane. That is one plane. So there is no plane shift. You didn't have to change planes at the airport. Okay. Now, as you go further back, and this, might I say, this one plane swing is very useful for pitch shots or half shots, maybe little punch shots. But I don't see anyone, and with studies have shown this, making a full golf swing on one plane. Impossible. Cannot do. Because the human body is not designed that way. So I go from my one plane, elbow plane variation swing, and as I keep turning my shoulders, my golf club shifts up towards shoulder plane. And I mean this in an orthodox swing. Sure, there are variations of Furyk and all kinds of Bruce Litsky swings that tend to work on their own little variations, but let's just talk about an orthodox swing that we're all looking to achieve. I'm on shoulder plane. And that line from my right shoulder down to the ground is on plane. Now that's just a steeper plane angle than elbow plane. Now as I make my golf swing down, most likely in a more orthodox golf swing, I'm going to move back down towards elbow plane. And then as I swing through, I'm staying on elbow plane and then finishing up back on shoulder plane. Now, how do we understand how this works? Well, I've got my umbrella down here, set up approximately slightly below the angle of my club shaft on elbow plane, and I'm going to use that as a reference. So as I make a golf swing, I should just maybe just skim the umbrella like I did then, and my golf club will function on that angle of elbow plane. Now, I wouldn't try this with a big swing with a golf ball, but you could actually get a slow motion feeling of going from elbow plane up to shoulder plane, back down to elbow plane, and then through. And then you're going to get the feeling of how the club naturally shifts on a steeper and shallower plane throughout the golf swing. But please don't be going to try and do all these one plane full back swings, because you're going to hurt your back. It's just a fad. It's just the latest fad that won't work for you long term. And ultimately, as you move your body, we need to go from the elbow to the shoulder and through to the finish. good luck, and hopefully you can stay on the plane.
Golf Zone TV is proudly brought to you by the Golf Zone online golf shop.